Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about what a jerk Chris Pratt is.
Oh, terrible jerk.
Terrible jerk.
Just ask Twitter.
Ask Twitter. I mean, Elliot Page was right about this guy. Just pure selfish. No, actually, he's helping Bryce Dallas Howard get equal pay on Jurassic World.
Yeah, he helped her do that. Yeah, and he has all kinds of nice things. That so much so that when they said the things about him for a church that I don't even know if he went to.
I don't even think he went to that church.
The co-stars for any of the Marvel movies came out to his defense, even ones who voted differently than him, saying about how he was a really good guy and they liked him. And then Twitter called Zoe Saldana racist names, but that's another story. But he's the horrible person.
We're going to talk about Chris Pratt, how, they've tried very hard to cancel him on Twitter. They've tried very hard in the media to cancel him, and he just keeps winning. He's got the terminal list, which I haven't seen yet, to be honest. But
might watch it now.
Might watch it now. I didn't even realize it was a thing. But they were trying to destroy this show, and it's got like a 94% audience score, 39% critical score, and he was trolling critics on Instagram that he actually had 6 billion minutes in watch time on this show. People don't like it because of its kind of pro-military.
Oh, you mean like Top Gun Maverick?
Yeah,
it's still in the box. It's still in the theaters, blowing records. Like crazy. You mean like that?
Blowing like crazy.
Blowing Hollywood.
Blowing Hollywood. Yeah, and we've seen this, and I saw some articles the other day when I was doing some research on the Daily Wire, actually doing entertainment, and basically the criticism is not that the entertainment's bad, but they're like, well, it's pro-military and it's very flag waving and we don't like it.
Yeah, how dare we do that? How dare you be pro-military and flag waving? So the people on Twitter can use their rights given to them by the people that have died in the past that were in the military to give them those rights to have little mini meltdowns and shit fits about this stuff on the internet, and for critics to sit in their little chairs that someone else built and use it to spout off all their political hot takes. How dare they?
It's changing. This is ending. They've tried very hard again to cancel Chris Pratt. It's not working.
I bet they want the Navy SEALs. If another country tried to invade us or something, or their city was under siege, they'd be asking for the Navy then.
Yeah, there you go, right? Anyway, so we're going to talk about this failed attempt to cancel Chris Pratt. They're going to keep digging. They're going to keep looking. And I think it's just gotten to a point where people don't listen anymore. They don't listen to Twitter. They don't listen to most of these media outlets. Most of these media outlets, we've been covering this, are getting sold off. They're getting downsized. I've seen some of them do 180s in their content, trying to be more appealing to fans.
Well, yeah, and the fact that people just got tired of being told that they're shitty people and that they're istaphobes, they don't agree with something or like something. And they're like, no, I'm not. Screw you.
Anyway, before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 274,000 subs.
Woo!
Thank you so much for the support. This is just wild. Like, I have never seen them come after a celebrity this hard for doing absolutely nothing.
Doing nothing.
Everything. Like, Chris Pratt's like, hey, I cooked dinner today. Oh my God, you hate animals and you're going to murder the animals.
Or like he made a joke about his wife's cooking. And
you
hate women.
You hate women. Oh, you said nice things about one of your kids. That means you hate your other kid. I mean, they're literally looking for any reason to cancel Chris Pratt. And at the end of the day, he seems to be a nice guy who is successful in Hollywood on merit. And if it makes them feel better, it was a black woman who actually got him his first gig. It was Radon Chong. They
rewrote history 5 years ago and changed all that because, no one that's not a straight white MAGA hat wearing person would ever hire Chris Pratt.
But the thing is I don't even think he's conservative. He doesn't really talk about politics.
Because we don't know. And you know what? We don't need to know.
Well, that's the thing. They tried to cancel him, a couple of years ago because he didn't do a Biden fundraiser. Because he's like, I had other stuff to do and I'm not that political. They tried to cancel him over this church. It turned out he didn't even go to that church.
They tried to cancel him. He made the joke about, when they were talking about elections and he's like about, voting for him for the People's Choice Award or whatever it was. And they're like, how dare you? But other celebrities have made similar jokes and that was okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is just crazy. And again, I've seen people get canceled for making, maybe they made some stupid comments or they're some dubious behavior, stuff like that. I can't think of a damn thing that Chris Pratt has done that warrants him getting canceled other than Elliot Page putting a target on him.
Saying that he went to some church
right.
But turns out, well, I don't even know if he went there, but beyond that, a lot of
Kardashians.
Yes, I was saying a lot of other celebrities go to that church. Why aren't they being canceled?
So anyway, let's talk about the terminal list first. Again, disclaimer, I haven't watched the show, so I can't vouch for whether it's good or not, but it does seem to be...
Audiences think so.
Audiences seem to like it. They're dunking on it. Critics are dunking on it. The strange thing about this series, if not the bad taste, is how incoherent plot plays into conspiracy theory wish fulfillment.
You know what's funny to me? Okay, let's take this for a minute. They're all like, conspiracy theories and all this other shit. And remember when people questioned things like the vaccine on Twitter and they got like banned from Twitter or told they were conspiracy theorists and all this other shit, and now like the CEO of Pfizer got COVID after being vaxxed 4 times?
How can you say that?
I'm just like, and then they're coming out later. Like, I know I got shit and other people got banned for asking about women having problems from the vaccine, and then it came out that there are investigations into it because there's a significant number of women who had issues. And, so conspiracy theories can sometimes be just that, conspiracy theories, but sometimes they might have merit. It's just that certain people don't want that narrative to get out. So I think that's kind of funny.
So it's interesting. You can kind of see the opinions here based on political affiliation.
That's just what it is.
So we've got Slate, of course. The terminal list is a classic American fantasy about the goodness of the SEALs, the corruption of high-level government officials and corporate shills.
There's no corruption in the government.
Not at all. None whatsoever.
No, never.
And the purifying quality of righteous violence. I was sitting here thinking the other day, and we're going through our, we're moving studios, and we're going through a lot of our toys, and I was like, what a really interesting time to be alive it was in the 1980s, because we had cartoons like the Care Bears and the Get Along Gang next to Rambo and RoboCop.
Yeah.
And they had toys for all of them.
No, but it's just funny to me, like, cause in a couple of those places, because conspiracy theories and corruption, and it's like, yeah, no, it's not a conspiracy theory to think that there are lots of government people who are corrupt. I mean, I think everybody knows that. That's why everybody's getting so pissed off, because these people would rather line their own pockets, even at the expense of other people's lives or other people's, and everything. And they aren't working and doing the jobs they should be doing. Everybody can relate to that. That's why it's doing so well, because it's something that most people believe, they don't publicly say it, and everybody can relate to it.
I think I think this is where we're headed right now, because I think a lot of people, I'm going to be honest, because they're afraid of being canceled. And this includes a lot of Hollywood, because we do, believe it or not, we talk to Hollywood people. This includes people in Hollywood. They played along with Twitter and the woke outrage mobs. They played along because they did not want to get canceled. They thought if they kept their heads down, it would just blow over and things would go back to normal. And that's not what happened. What happened was, they took a few scalps and they wanted more and more.
Right, and they come for you eventually.
And they come for you eventually.
I mean, Zoe Saldana defended Chris Pratt because she knows him personally. Obviously, they worked on lots of movies together. And Twitter called her horrible racist slang terms that I would never ever think was okay to say at any point in time, and I'm supposed to be the wrong type of person, and these are supposed to be the right type of far leftist extremist, everybody should be hug it out and accepting everybody unless we don't like you because you voted different type people, calling her horrible things because she defended Chris Pratt.
Yeah, so there needs to be a movie in about 30, 40 years called The Uncancelable Chris Pratt. And then he's going to do something shitty and he's going to get legit canceled. So I don't want to tempt fate here.
But apparently, Chris Pratt not only is doing all this stuff now that makes him cool, apparently back when the Jurassic World movie started, he made sure that Bryce Dallas Howard got equal pay.
Yeah, so this awful, awful person who is misogynist and privileged, he made sure that Bryce Dallas Howard got equal pay on Jurassic World. So this is pretty interesting. I've heard of a couple cases of that. Actually, another person, I'm going to bring him up, that made sure that his co-stars got better pay, I believe was Chadwick Boseman. He made sure that, I forget which movie it was. It wasn't Black Panther, it was another movie, but he made sure that his co-star female co-star got paid. RIP. But it said Pratt took home a $10 million paycheck. Howard reportedly made $8 million, shedding more light on the existing gender pay gap in the industry. In a recent chat with Insider, Howard revealed she found those reports interesting because she was paid so much less than the reports even said, so much less, and she praised her co-star for helping correct the situation.
So it was less than $8 million.
It was less than $8 million. Yeah.
And then he went and got her equal pay.
Yeah.
I want to say it was Keanu Reeves that gave a bunch of money to the cast and crew or something. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I think it was Keanu Reeves. There was stories out there that he had done something like that.
Yeah, Will Smith, I guess, did that too. That was before he got canceled.
Wow, he punched somebody.
Yeah.
But I'm like, these people are going to bat for other people and making sure that other actors and stuff get, paid, equally to them. Gets clearly the actions of a horrible, hateful person who hates minorities and other people.
Hates women.
Clearly.
Yeah, it said, unfortunately, you have to sign up for 3 movie deals and your deals are set. Yeah, because a lot of times what will happen is, and this is why, they always renegotiate, is because, they'll come into it not, either you're not that big of a star, you're unproven, the franchise is unproven, and it's like, oh, surprise, it was a huge, huge hit. That was kind of like what happened with the original MCU stars. It was like, they didn't know how Captain America and Thor and all that, was going to do. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, of course you got to renegotiate. But, yeah, this is what she said. She said, what I will say is that Chris and I have discussed the gender pay gap, and whenever there was an opportunity to move the needle on stuff that hadn't been already negotiated, like a game or a ride, he literally told me, you guys don't even have to do anything. I'm going to do all the negotiating. We're going to be paid the same, and you don't have to think about this, Bryce.
See,
so that's actually pretty cool.
Actually, this story is why we did this video, because we're like, everybody's like, oh, Chris Pratt sucks, he's a terrible person. I'm like, meanwhile, out there negotiating for Bryce Dallas Howard to make sure she got paid the same on not the things that the contract was locked on, but anything that could be changed. I'm like,
said let's see. Same year, All the Money in the World was released. Michelle Williams revealed she felt futile after it was disclosed her co-star Mark Wahlberg earned $1.5 million for reshoots, and she earned $1,000.
Oh my god,
that sucks. But then so here's the flip side though. A lot of times they will grab an A-lister, male or female, mm-hmm. and that person is the reason that people are going to see the movie for the most part.
But we have Michelle Williams, and she was in the Venom films, and she was like the Greatest Showman and stuff. It wasn't like she was like a nobody.
No. But Mark Wahlberg, he's been in a lot of Temple movies, and it's, I'm saying it's like, and they have different agents. If you have different agents, some agents are better at negotiating than other agents. It sucks.
But it's cool that he was trying to fix the situation.
Yeah, so anyway, Pratt's case, he said, I love him so much for doing that. I really do, because I've been paid more than those kinds of things that I ever was for the movie. So, yeah, it's, for all this talk of this guy being an awful human being. And again, most of it, from what I can gather, goes back to the stuff that Paige was saying in public, which honestly, if he was a dick, if he was a major dick, you could actually sue Paige and be like, that was defamatory because I didn't even go to that church and my career took a hit because
even if he did, though, that doesn't necessarily mean that, because that's the whole idea. Like, if you're a Christian, you're always automatically a bad person. I hope they realize there was a lot of Democrats who are also Christians. There are a lot of Republicans who aren't white. Mind-blowing or straight.
At one point in time, having spent my childhood around the Wilkes-Barre, Scranton area, I can tell you a lot of Catholics tend to be Democrats.
Mm-hmm. They usually, around here too, that was the case.
Yeah, so it's just very interesting. But yeah, he just keeps on winning. And again, the only way he's going to get canceled is if there is a legitimate scandal. And I've never seen anything like this, because they're really reaching, like, they've just decided they don't like Chris Pratt because
of whatever reason,
and they have to cancel him, and they're just like scraping the bottom of the damn barrel trying to find something to get something to stick, and nothing's sticking.
But they don't like Chris Pratt for us. They think that they think he didn't vote the way they wanted him to, and and he's Christian. That's what they're mad about. Let's be honest here.
He even says, as far as being Christian, like, he's not super religious or anything, and he doesn't really
actually, we're Christian.
He says, yeah.
We're not very good at it sometimes.
I'm not very good at it. No, this is a true story. I think I've said this story before. I almost went to seminary. I almost became a preacher in another
Oh, yeah,
universe.
that would not have been good.
In a multiverse. Can you imagine
definitely
that?
couldn't have been.
Can you imagine that? That would have been awful.
It'd be like the most censored sermon in history.
Yeah, I'm not very good at it. And I realized, like, when I'm like, yeah, I can't do this. There's just no way.
Someone came to you with a problem and they were clearly just idiots. You'd be like,
I don't care.
One, stop it.
One, stop it. Yeah.
Yeah, just stop
much.
it. Stop being stupid.
Stop being stupid. I'll pray for you. Get the hell out of here.
I'll pray for you to stop being stupid.
Yeah, I'll pray for you. Anyway. Get the hell out of my office.
Yeah, you
leave me alone.
You wouldn't have been good at that.
I wouldn't.
I love you, but you would not have been good as a teacher either. I don't think. Not, at least not for little kids.
No. Hey, I've got my strengths, but patience with people, not.
Yeah, you've not retail. Customer service, not really your thing.
Yeah, I'm more the guy up in the office telling the other people to smile and be nice while I'm secretly up there like cursing people out. Like, anyway, I'm not that bad. I think Chris Pratt is nicer than this Pratt.
Probably.
Chris Pratt's nicer than this Pratt.
Sure.
That's my new saying. Are we gonna wrap this
yes.
up? All right, guys. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.
Bye.